Now
Go.
he's officially
Now you
starting
can
the
start.
stream.
Oh wait, did you not start it? We got all our good ads.
I started the recording just now.
Okay.
All right, we last left off with you all solving the riddle of the Guardian of Riddles, who I will put a picture of. This large statue. As you successfully answered the riddle, the door behind it opened, and he sort of parted his legs a little bit, sort of stepping more stoically like he is in the picture there, so that you all may sort of walk underneath him and through the doorway. Now, as this happens, a voice sort of echoes out, that silhouette that El Chad saw earlier, which it's Mananan here.
Yeah.
He turns to a more solid state. So rather than being kind of a translucent specter, he has sort of formed himself on the ground here. We're just going to move the Guardian out of the way. As the walls and everything around you begin to go almost gray, and time seems to slow to a stop as he appears before you. I'm going to change the music real quick.
Enough. I have seen all that I need to. You all are proficient, sure, but I feel as though you are hampered by your allies. I believe it best that you become separated so that you may complete your tasks more efficiently.
And with a snap of the fingers, you notice that your allies, these 5 here, Ul, Samurai Jake, Tootsie, Dragul, and the Manticore, suddenly fall backwards. It's almost as if they are a one-dimensional thing, sort of like a sign or a flat sort of picture. They fall backwards and phase into the ground.
Now, is he actually appearing in front of us, or is he kind of just like using some form of spectral Emperor Palpatine holodeck?
Similar to that, right? Like you can tell that he's physically not there.
Okay.
Hence why he's been able to sort of move through the walls of this tomb and things as you guys are sort of wandering through it.
They will be tasked with acquiring an item needed to pay me back for this. To pay me back for the resources I had to expend in order to aid you all. Whilst you continued down this tomb, the tomb of the Faceless One, where you must find your means of escape. The item required is called the Memphis Beckoning Codex. It's a spell book that the great wizard king Memphis used. Acquire it, and you shall be able to escape this maze of monsters. Fail, and you will be trapped here forever. I take it you all understand?
You want the Memphis Codex? What's it called again?
Memphis's Beckoning Codex. Call it whatever you like, but acquiring it is of the utmost importance, at least for you.
I don't know. This place seems pretty cushy, guys. I mean, we could probably hang out here forever. Right?
No, Chad, don't be ridiculous.
Yeah, we're only gonna stay here for like one human lifetime.
Yeah, I know. And then we could die and go to Yasnik Heaven.
I believe you'll find that not exactly the result you're looking for. The Maze of Monsters is a trap of sorts, something the Great Hall uses to defend itself. You have found yourself trapped in a place that is inescapable. The fact that you are able to perceive and communicate in this manner is only because of my will alone as the maze controller.
Huh.
So if we die
Well,
here, we don't go to Yasnik Heaven, huh?
Precisely.
If we die in the maze, we die in real life?
No, we die in all planes, and we
Ooh.
don't go to heaven. So we gotta. I
I
think
don't
we
like
actually gotta
that.
find the spell book.
Man, and
Well,
don't-
that shouldn't be a problem.
man, and why do you need us to get Memphis's beckoning codex? Couldn't an all-powerful
not-
wizard such as yourself just get it yourself?
I do not require the Codex, for I am not physically here. But you all are, and thus need it to escape. Unless you would prefer to stay here forever.
Ahmed
Nah.
looks around and goes, "Well, guys, sounds like a pretty good deal."
Yeah, I think we gotta go get that.
I
Yeah.
believe the Codex is inside the crypt of the Faceless One. Journey down this tomb and find it. Once you have acquired it, I will take over from there.
Does the Faceless One have any weaknesses or strengths that you know of?
The Faceless One is a powerful and dangerous wizard. Treat it as such. Now go. I must attend to your other group. It would seem as though they have provoked the ire of a different controller.
Yes. Go help them.
And before you even get to say anything, a crack of arcane lightning shoots down and into a poof of smoke. Mananan is gone.
Oh.
He seems to have just completely ignored you.
Wow, what
Uh,
a rude guy.
What a jerk. Real quick,
Um,
Garrett, do you where's the armor that I found last time? Like
Oh,
in
it
the
is the Sea Dwarf plate. I will post it right here. I have separated the items and things you find in the Tomb of the Faceless under the
it's
Maze
in-
of Monsters tablet or folder.
folder. Let's see. Inside. Oh, there it is.
So he's-
Maze of Monsters, Tomb of Faceless. We've got Guardian of Riddles, Memory Mode, Sea Dwarf plate armor, and I am currently wearing that, which means
Yes.
I'm very hard to hit, but also very slow, guys.
Very, very, very slow.
I do not have a strength of 20, so my speed is 15.
As you sort of hobble your way forward. As he disappears, color begins to return to the room, and it seems like time begins anew.
Well, guys, should we walk in between this giant guy's legs and continue on?
I don't think we have a choice. Well, I mean, I guess we could just sit here forever.
I would get hungry.
Yeah, we got to move.
Oh,
we're-
Zin, now that you're back. TLDR, Mananan showed up, took half the party to send them on a different quest, and then basically told you all that the key to your all escape, like all of your escapes, is finding something called Memphis's Beckoning Codex, which he says is in the crypt of the Faceless One, which is the tomb that you are currently in.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
All right,
What do you all
so
do?
Should we move as a unit here?
I think we should, with probably you two leading the way.
All right. I'll go 15 feet.
I'll
Stepping
chattel.
forward.
Yeah, I'm heading towards the door here.
Yeah. Stepping forward, looking into this room, you see it's a dead end hallway, with what looks like a large tapestry on the left side wall that takes up almost the entirety of the wall.
Okay.
I will say one thing of note is that this room is very dark, so you cannot make out what the tapestry is. You do see little flickers of it from your halo that you have, but it is still much, much too dark.
What do you think, guys? Should we light a
Ahmed looks
torch?
over at El Chad with a candle on his armor and says, "I think you should lead for lighting purposes."
All right, and I'm gonna walk under, but I'm gonna peek up as I walk under this guy.
All right.
You know, peek up his robes a little bit.
Pick up his robes, and much to your disappointment, he does not have any junk.
I think I'm actually relieved by that. So
Okay.
yeah, it's like, oh man, I glad about
thank
that.
goodness.
Is
Thank
he?
you, Yazdi.
Ahmed does an inspection on him. He tries to find out, is he alive?
You can make an Arcana check.
Sure. 23.
23. You are able to pretty easily tell that he is a construct. You see what looks like some very ancient arcane runes on his body, sort of etched in place. And his what looks like a helmet is actually just part of his head. It's a very intricate carving. You take it to be basically a type of golem.
Okay. Well, we should probably leave him alone.
I will say he is being perfectly still. He doesn't seem to be reacting. He seems to have done his task and is just standing there.
All right. Well, let's ignore this guy and go forth. Although I'm going forward, I am waiting for El Chad though in real life because I want to be able to see.
All right. If you want to move up, just kind of where you want to be.
Yeah, I'll
All
move
right,
up
El
with
Chad. Well, I guess all three of you can make perception checks as you move in.
Yeah,
I describe at least initially what you see, which is the massive tapestry. It appears to depict what looks like a some sort of sorcerer king or wizard king, as it has been described many times. He has his hands up in the air as he's standing on top of what looks like a massive ziggurat, surrounded by what looks like bowing sort of servants and just people, all sort of bowed around him in reverie, as the sky above him looks as though it is cracked open. But that is what the tapestry depicts. Now, as for the perceptions, El Chad and Zin, both of you looking up and around the room, there is sort of like intricate carvings. I mean, it's etched very nice in the sandstone. But something you notice that is a bit disconcerting is these tiny little reflections. And upon closer inspection, you notice what they are, which it appears to be a swarm of giant rats surrounding this room. They're up on this like top ledge above the room, literally surrounding the entirety of the room. They're sort of reacting to the torchlight a bit. Some of them are moving away from it. They're all very curious as you sort of walk in.
Do they seem hostile or just curious?
They seem curious at the moment, indifferent. Right? They don't
Yeah.
seem hostile or aggressive, at least at the moment.
That's probably fine.
Well,
Yeah.
the disconcerting thing is there is probably 1,000 of them.
That's a lot of rats, though.
It's a lot of rats, fellas.
Then, do you have like a spell for this?
In case of rats, cast spell, like, you know.
Yeah, like a Pied Piper spell
No.
or a wall
my,
of
spell
flame.
for, my spell for this would be Fireball.
I have catnap.
Let's hope I don't have to use it.
I think you should just use it.
What? No.
Well,
We could just avoid the giant rat fight and walk through the tapestry. I mean, it doesn't look like one of Maillard's tapestries, like same kind of style.
It does not. It looks very old and looks almost like straw woven. It does not look like it's made from like cloth or silk, like Armed's tends to be. It's
Okay.
this very intricate straw that they've almost like kind of peeled into these very thin strands to make this. Wicker-esque is the word I was looking for.
Armed and Great Value Armed step forward, but they do not touch the tapestry. And they are both going to inspect the tapestry for any magical properties, or, you know, just to see if it's just a regular tapestry that just is meant to convey an image.
All right.
Would that be Arcana?
It would be Arcana. Now, I will ask, how are you guys examining it? Just purely through like looking at it, or are you actively like going to touch it?
We're not touching it, just looking.
Okay.
So I guess a 15.
15. As you guys sort of examine it up and down, Great Value Armed turns to you and goes, it's a fine tapestry, but not nearly as good as yours, master.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Fine.
And as Armed, as you examine it, it does look like just kind of I mean, the intricate design of it is interesting. As for the Arcana roll, you are able to determine that while it has been sitting here, it hasn't necessarily been in the best condition, yet it appears to still be in very good condition.
Oh, so the
Right,
rats
like
aren't taking it apart for their nest or anything like that.
No, and it also does not look like age has affected this. That straw that sort of makes up this tapestry is still very fresh.
Well,
To what that means, you don't know. You probably assume that there is some sort of magical element involved, but you are unaware as to what.
well, gentlemen, this tapestry seems to be somewhat magical. But to be honest, we have been warned many times this place is dangerous, and for me to get a better look at it, I'd have to take it down and examine it. And
It
Armed
is big.
holds up his.
I will point out.
Armed holds up his.
It's this whole dotted thing, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
He holds up his pricked finger from the previous trap and goes, and I'm hesitant to touch anything at this point.
It is 40 foot long, and it is 30 foot high. It is a pretty gargantuan tapestry.
Well, do we look behind it?
Quick thing, Zin, if you would make a perception check really quick.
Rats fall, you die.
They swarm you, eat you alive, eat all your cheese. 12. Unfortunately, Zin, you do not notice anything as you sort of continue moving with Horus.
Is this area right here a dead end? Or would the light show us more? It's hard to tell exactly what it is.
Oh, this is just part of the wall. So there's like an empty space on either side of this tapestry.
Huh.
Oh, so there's nothing. This is not a passage over here either.
No. This is just a dead-end room. There appears to be no exits.
Well, seems like we're gonna have to go through this tapestry, guys.
I'm gonna investigate first to see if like if there are any hidden passages or hidden doors or anything in here.
Good
All right.
call.
Jesus.
Wow, I didn't expect that.
Holy
31.
Wow. 31. All right. You're kind of looking around like, all right, hidden passages. Like you've seen that a lot of this tomb has been pretty dangerous and pretty sneaky up until this point. As you're sort of investigating around, you notice that the tapestry doesn't appear to have like anything behind it. When suddenly you are startled as as one of the rats drops down from the top and scurries over here and into what looks like a hole in the wall. And I will reveal, as with a 31, you were able to tell that there might be a false wall there.
Ooh.
I'll approach the false wall, but I'm gonna keep an eye on the rats to see if they start getting agitated when I get closer to it.
All right, make a perception check.
Okay.
All right. As you move to here, so you get 2 more spaces forward, you are going to notice once you kind of get a good ways away from Horace's light, that the rats start to sort of lean down off of the edge, like they want to get closer to you.
Oh,
Well, shit. I'll take
uh,
a step back to Horace's light.
it's actually El Chad's light.
It's El Chad's light, actually.
Well,
yeah.
Horace has the
Oh, I do
halo.
have the halo. I do have a halo though.
Okay, the halo.
Oh, so they don't like my halo.
Yes, because it is emitting light as well.
All right. Well, I'll come with you. I'll come with you.
Okay, perfect.
Armed sticks to Horace as well. And he goes, great value, Armed. I'll have to come up with a better name for you later. But
No, I like that name, Master.
TVA.
It's too complimentary. Regardless, you stay.
Yes,
with,
quite so. Quite complimentary. Thank you.
Yeah, you stay with El Chad for now.
I will.
Okay.
Hey,
Be
don't
safe, Master.
don't leave me with this fucking guy.
Ah!
And El Chad's also gonna move up here, so away from the rats.
All right. I will say, El Chad, as you get like right up against the wall like that, where the rats are, they do
Oh.
scurry away from you.
Oh wait, the rats were up here, up top.
They're all around the top of this
Oh.
wall.
Oh my
So
bad.
basically-
I'm gonna get it.
Oh.
I was moving it. I thought they were at the bottom. I'm gonna move away from them to the
They're
south.
also at the bottom.
Oh, El Chad's not moving.
They're all around us along the ledges.
Here,
Yeah.
I will.
They seem
show
to be
this
scared
picture
of.
again.
They seem to be scared of the light, though. So
So
if you
see how these in this picture, there's a couple at the top.
Oh, okay.
Imagine that, but around the entirety of the room, right? They're all up there. Occasionally, 1 or 2 may drop down, which is what Zin saw. But they seem to sort of scurry off or try to climb their way back up.
Okay.
But Zin, as you get to this wall, it looks at face value just like a regular part of the wall, but you know better as you see at the bottom of it what looks like the tiniest little crack, which is where the rat from earlier squeezed in.
Well, I'm gonna try to open it.
All right, you push on it, and I will say it does not open, at least not from just an initial push.
Does it seem locked, or like I have to do like a strength check or something?
You feel like this is a solid block of wall, so it is
Okay.
probably it needs to be opened ajar in some manner.
Okay.
There may be a way of opening it. You may want to try to strength it. It's kind of up to you.
stand aside, wizard.
I'm gonna assist Horace with this so he gets advantage.
All right.
I'm gonna try and thwack it with my warhammer.
All right.
Your rat smasher.
My rat smasher. And do I get advantage for him showing me where the wall's weakest with his wise perceptions?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, warhammer.
20 as you boom, boom, smack the solid side of this wall. A big chunk of sandstone, like a square block of it, falls, revealing what looks like a hallway. It has not busted a hole big enough for you to crawl in, but it is enough to see into this next area. This hallway is long, with little alcoves in the sides, at which point you do see, standing in these alcoves, skeletal figures.
Oh,
They aren't reacting to you. They look like they're just sort of standing there. Whether they're decorative or alive is not yet known. I have a picture of them. Dude.
oh, these guys look. I'm sensing a theme in the maze of the
Yes.
monsters.
As they are standing there, pike in one hand, with their other arms sort of across their chest. And at the end, you see what you think is a door, but it's hard to make out because, again, much like in this room, it is pretty dark.
And they seem to be stationary.
They seem to be stationary. They are not moving.
Well, guys, I don't think this is a trap.
This is likely not a trap.
Okay, hit it again.
Do I have to hit it again? I just made a hole.
Yes, you have just made a hole. I will say it is probably about 4 foot by 2 foot.
All right, I'll thwack it. Try to widen that hole. Ooh, 24.
24. Whack! You smack another piece of the wall out. Another brick slams on the other side. And you have sort of busted up a hole big enough that you can kind of crouch and step through.
All right. Well, I will be ready to crouch and step through. I want to make sure that the party is coming with me though, because there's a lot of skeletons in here.
It's true. Ahmed, he places his hand on your shoulder and says, "I'm right behind you." And asks, yeah, and he gives you a bardic inspiration.
Oh. Don't mind if I do. El Chad, what do you think? You want to hop in here with me?
Maybe we should check if and I'm gonna run down. Maybe we should check if those skeleton things are alive before we knock down the rest of this wall. Throw a rock at one.
Do you sense any evil in here, Elchat?
Well, I could try, but I can't guarantee anything because it's, a weird realm. But I'll define sense.
All right. Sort of casting out that divine sense, down this hallway, you do detect the presence of undead.
Multiple.
You know the location, if any. So yes, these all guys ping as undead. Let's see.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. You know the type of undead, if any, but not its identity. I'm just making sure if there's anything else.
I'll ready a spell for when the paladins go through if those things attack them.
Okay.
Well,
one
hang on,
thing that
hang on.
You do see, El Chad, with your divine sense, is something odd about these undead. While they are undead, they appear to be consecrated in some way.
Oh.
Hmm. Interesting.
That means they might be our friends.
Hmm.
Well,
Consecrated
toss-
how?
Well, you'd have to go up and examine them, I
Oh,
would
that
say,
would make
to
sense.
know.
Horace, toss a little pebble at one of them.
all right. I imagine there's some like stones and stuff from when I was bashing this wall down that I could like
Oh.
grab.
For sure, for sure.
All right, I'll toss one at the nearest guy here just to sort of see what happens.
You toss it, it clinks off of its armor and kind of rolls down a bit of its sort of tattered cloak, or not cloak, robes, and the skeleton remains stationary. It does not move.
Well,
Step aside, guys. Step aside. I'm gonna take a peek. And Ahmed moves up, and he looks down there. And Ahmed is looking along the floor for any potential traps, maybe like a pressure plate or something like that.
All right.
I guess that would be investigation.
It would be an investigation. Sort of checking down and looking. You do not see a trap necessarily. You do not see like a pressure plate or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that you do notice, which stands out to you quite a bit, is that about every one of, well, actually no, you would only see this section. So just in this section, you see what looks like two little holes, two on this side and two on that side, at the lower part of the wall. You're not sure what they're for, but they certainly aren't part of the design of this hallway, which makes them a bit suspicious.
Holes, huh?
Yes, they are small holes, probably maybe 4 inches by 4 inches, right?
Interesting. Okay, I relay that to the party. I say, I don't see any traps necessarily.
just some unsuspecting holes.
Just some unsuspecting holes. Horace, I would suggest maybe putting some rubble in them. Great Value
Yeah.
Ahmed says, good idea, Master.
That's a great idea, Master.
Great value, Ahmed. Why don't you go stuff some of these pebbles into those holes?
I don't think so. I cannot be healed, so once I am gone, I am gone. But don't worry, I have healing word for you in case anything were to go awry.
All right. Well, I'll do it then. I'm gonna step through the hole. If I step to here, I haven't gone past the holes yet.
No, because they're here at these like intersections.
Okay. And then I'm gonna try to stuff some rubble into them, like
All right.
into this one. And if all goes well, then I'll move over here and do this one.
Yeah, you can do that. Make a sleight of hand check.
Ooh, should have had Zin do this, guys. 11.
All right, you shove a couple of rocks in there, and you've sort of clogged it up. You can assume that, like, yeah, I mean, if something were to come out of there, maybe it would stop it, but it ain't. Great.
Hey guys, I think I solved this puzzle. Let's go.
All right.
And I'll say that you did it on both sides, right? You would have taken the time.
Yeah, I take the time. I come over here. In fact, I stay over here because I'm sort of giving the hand motion, like, right this way, gentlemen.
All right,
Okay.
all right.
Yeah.
El Chad will come up there with you.
Great Value Ahmed will turn to Ahmed Master,
What is it?
I did not mean to interrupt you, but the rats, sir. And as you guys were sort of focusing on that, a bunch of the rats have started to sort of conglomerate here in the back.
Oof.
Curiously, on the ground now. They are not on the upper edge anymore.
Oof.
They still don't look like they're coming near you, and I'll say that like you guys have time to follow El Chad so that you're not like in the shadows. But for the brief moment that you are, they seem to move forward, a bit curious. Some of them sort of jumping forward and then sort of scurrying back.
Ooh. Make way, gentlemen. Make way, gentlemen. Trying to get through this hole. Make a hole. Another one.
Sure. As Horace seems to be hesitant to want to be the first one to walk past the holes.
All right, El
Is it
Chad will-
possible to jump over the holes? Is it at a height where you can do that?
Yeah, they're pretty low to the ground. I mean, they're only probably maybe 2 inches off the ground.
Wait, these holes were on the side of the walls, or?
Yeah, they're in the
Yeah,
side of the
yes.
walls. As if something were going to shoot out and get us if we walked past them.
Yeah, El Chad's gonna carefully step over the holes and ready an attack.
All right. When you step over the hole, El Chad, and step closer to these guardian skeletons, they turn to you. And in a swift motion, give a paladin salute.
Oh, I will salute them back.
They do a sort of courteous bow, and then step to the side to look almost as if they're sort of guiding you forward.
Ah, are there any more of these holes?
None where they are.
Okay, I'll go to the next. I'll go up a little bit more.
Same thing happens. The two
Yeah.
guardian skeletons turn, stomp their feet, and do a salute.
I'm gonna salute all of them, and slowly make my way up as the other parties do. It's the rest of the parties doing stuff.
All right. I will say, as you are moving up, because you did mention it earlier, so I imagine you're looking out for it. You see again 2 more holes.
Yes, I will be very careful, and I will point them out to the rest of the party.
All right.
Ahmed is also going to carefully step over the holes. And, he's going to say the same thing to Great Value Ahmed. He's going to say, hey, watch out for those things.
Of course, master.
He says to Great Value Ahmed,
Be careful.
Make some room for Zin. I fear the rats are coming after him.
Of course. He's very vocal when you like carefully are trying to step over, and he's like, be careful.
Careful, bastard.
Can we see anything up here now?
Yes, as El Chad has gotten closer, there appears to be a large stone door. This door has a lot of etchings in it. They are blue. And there is what looks like a dark red on them, with what looks like a massive T in that red paint, maybe? It's hard to tell from this distance. On this door ahead of you. It is hard to read as well. It seems like the writing is fairly small. And that is what you see.
Well, Zin, it might be your time to
Shine.
to prove yourself. As a
Rogue.
way to fix your mistake from the last time you inspected a wall. And Ahmed does another careful step over and looks at the saluting zombie or skeleton man and nods and points at El Chad and says, I'm with him.
These guardians are standing in attention, so they don't seem to react, and they don't salute again as you come walking up, but they also do not stop you.
Perfect. And as we're walking forward, our med is also, looking at the wall, willing to get closer. I guess he does. You said there was another set of holes right here
That is correct.
at the next one. Okay. Seeing this, he is going to do an additional inspection, looking around. He's even going to call out to Great Value Armed and say, "Hey, keep a lookout for holes in the wall and trap-like things. Anything that could be dangerous, aside from these fellows." Right over here.
No, of course, master. These ones appear to be sealed, master. As you, Ahmed, see the next set of holes. One thing you do is I imagine you kind of lean down to look into one a bit.
Ooh. Putting your face near the hole, huh?
Well, just kind of at an angle, not in front of it. You're not staring down a barrel.
He's not staring down a barrel.
Yeah.
Stick your face
One
in
thing
there.
you will notice is what looks like the tiniest tip of a rat's tail sticking out of the hole.
Ugh. I hate rats.
Should we kill it?
I'd rather not mess with the rats.
There's a lot of rats out there.
There's a swarm back there if you'd like to get your hands dirty.
Nah, I feel like 1,000 rats is not a good number of rats for the action economy.
Yes.
Yeah, unless somebody wants to fireball them.
Yeah, if they become an issue.
Yeah, we'll keep that in the back pocket,
Yeah, my magic deals with dreams. I don't learn too much about these spells, these crude spells such as fireball. But that being said, let's just get away from these holes. And he sort of does another careful step over, trying to not be in front of the holes as much as he can and just take his time carefully walking through.
All right.
Shall we go to the end?
Yeah, I should probably lead the way. These guys seem to salute me.
Yes.
And El Chad's going to go up to the third set, again, carefully looking for holes.
All right. You notice there are some in this section as well. And the final guardians do a salute to you.
All right, I'll salute them back and continue up.
All right. When they do, they sort of stand again in attention and allow you to pass. And I will say that it is at this point you all see that they are back in the position they were when you first came through. So when you first kind of walked into the room, this is the sort of position they were in.
Okay.
And El Chad, as you come walking up to the door, you finally see it. What looks like blood smeared across this door. It is dried and old, and it is in the shape of a T, and there is a message written on it.
Oh.
The ominous door.
The key is found within your head. Use the key to paint me red, but be warned of what you spurn, for what you give shall be returned. Huh.
Spooky.
Guys, I think they're talking about maybe I have something in my head. Maybe you have to crack my head open.
Do you need a
Let's save that as a last resort.
maybe?
Zin, oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say maybe a nosebleed would be opportune.
Zin is going to try to imagine like all the details of the door and then color it red with his mind, like just completely internally.
Internally?
Yeah, is there like a check for that, like meditating on the door being red?
I will say that you will sort of meditate and think of the door being red, and unfortunately, nothing does happen.
Damn, worth a shot.
It was a good idea. I appreciate it. We're getting very weird with stuff, so it was a good out of game thought.
Maybe we need to use our blood to paint this door.
Yeah. Now it says in our head, so maybe we do need nose blood.
El Chad, I will punch you in the nose if you want me to.
You could try.
I forgot about that. Are you?
Well,
That's true.
If you let him, then he can, right?
Yes, you can. You can let him punch him if you like. If you would like to do it that way, I'm fully willing.
El Chad is just gonna cut his finger open a little bit
All right.
and try to draw this T on the door.
All right. As you are you drawing over the T that is there?
Yeah.
All right, you sort of take your blood and smear it along, and as you do, the blood underneath begins to bubble and pop. It seems to react to your blood in a pretty strange way, as it seems to almost absorb it. But when it does, you see what looks like a small blob of blood sort of plop off of the door and just sort of begin undulating on the floor. And after a moment, it begins to start to take shape. Now, I will say you have time to react to this as it begins turning into what looks like a humanoid shape.
Does it look like El Chad?
I'll say at a quick glance, it looks like it may be attempting to turn into El Chad, yes.
Oh man. We have to fight our evil doubles, guys.
What is it?
Then it is a blood simulacrum. As it morphs and turns and undulates into El Chad.
Oh no.
Let me.
Does it seem hostile?
It seems extremely hostile as it looks at El Chad with just pure anger. Now, one thing that sort of takes away from its sort of hostility is that it is naked. It does not have any of El Chad's armor or weapons.
Should we whoop its ass?
Can you talk?
What? Hold on. As a reaction, okay?
Yeah.
Because this is exactly what El Chad would do in anyway. He's gonna pour some liquor on it while it's getting bigger.
Okay. While it begins to get bigger, you pour the alcohol on it, and when it does, it starts to pop and crack. The body begins to dissolve as it seems like the blood can't coagulate. and it does destroy it.
Oh man, it was
Nice.
it was your opposite, El Chad.
Yeah, I was about to say the liquor killed it instead of
No joke, that was
rejuvenating
one
it.
of my ideas. Was that it wouldn't like alcohol.
It thins the blood.
But as it does, it pops and cracks. The door, the blood on it begins to sort of melt down, and you hear the door creak and turn as it rolls out of the way, revealing the next room.
Ooh.
Oop, hold on. Okay, there's my reveal tool.
Ooh, it's a big one.
This is a very big room. I have different music for this one. As you see this room before you, it is not dark. There are large lanterns still illuminating this room with a sort of ominous red glow. There's a lot in this room, so I'm going to take some time to describe it. There's a tapestry on the left, tapestry on the right. I'm not going to describe them now. On the back side of the wall, the north side of the wall, there is 3 statues. The one in the middle appears to be, or it's 3 statues of the same sort of robed figure. The middle one has its arms in front of it and its hands crossed. The one on the right is pointing towards the right tapestry. The one on the left is pointing towards the left tapestry. And in front of it appears to be an altar. This altar is a sandstone altar that comes up about 4 feet. And then atop which is this massive square crystal, almost like think of it like a glass case, but made entirely of crystal. And sort of suspended in this crystal is what looks like a strange hourglass with a blue and red sand. Blue is on the top and red is on the bottom. That is what you see in the north side. Now, surrounding what looks like a sarcophagi is 6 statues, starting from left to right. It is an eagle, a tiger, a kraken, a wolf, a bear, and a lion. And each of them are holding what looks like some sort of vial. They're holding it up in reverence towards the sarcophagi in the center. The final thing of note is that the sarcophagi in the center appears to have what looks like a large stone tablet on top of it. You cannot read it from the position that you guys are in, but that is what you see in the room. Aside from, as you peek in a little bit more, there appears to be another stone door to the south. This chamber
should be
appears to
fine.
be one of reverie.
Yeah, El Chad's
Yeah,
going to
he's
take a
gonna
couple
approach
steps
it.
All right.
Great Value Ahmed comes up and also taps you on the shoulder, El Chad, and says, "I'm right behind you," and gives you a bardic inspiration.
Oh, I'll take a bardic inspiration.
All right. If you guys want to roll initiative, just so we can kind of get a feel
Yes.
for what everybody's doing, because there's a lot in this room.
Sure.
Yeah. Ugh.
Good, getting them low rolls out of the way early. All right, El Chad, you were the first to kind of take the initiative of this room.
El Chad's going to come over this way because he both doesn't trust the sarcophagus and he doesn't trust the seemingly paladin-friendly undead in the hallway before. So I'm actually just gonna hang out and kind of keep guard.
All right. I'll say as you're sort of standing there, you come up to one of these statues. This one's the Kraken. It appears to be made of this very polished sandstone, and is sitting atop what looks like this maybe iron pedestal. At which point it is holding up what looks like a vial or a container of some sort of liquid.
Are all the statues made of similar material, or are they all vary?
They're all made of the same material.
Okay.
However, you can tell that they're shaded slightly different. Like this Kraken has sort of a
Okay.
bluish hue. The tiger has more of an orange one, so on and so forth.
And does it look like I could take the vial from the Kraken?
It does. It looks like it is just sort of sitting in this sort of a cupped grip of the Kraken. And you can assume that it is the same way with the other ones.
And they're all different colors.
Slightly different colors. You
Okay.
know, for the most part, they are sandstone, right? So
Oh, I meant
it's just different
the
shades.
liquid in the vials.
Oh no, the vials are all the same amber color.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna wait to fuck with those, and I'll end my turn there.
All right, Horus.
All right, Horace is going to start off by inspecting this tapestry on the left here, the western
All right.
wall.
You would roll an investigation, and I'll tell you what you see initially, and then it's just if you see anything else beyond that or perceive an insight, anything more.
Probably nothing.
All right. As you check this tapestry, it appears to be that wizard king that you saw earlier on this tapestry down here to the south. This wizard king, however, appears to be leading an army, and he's pointing forward, so basically towards you, and what you can assume towards the other tapestry on the opposite end. As he is leading this army of soldiers, these different what looks like, barbarians and warriors and wizards and things, or sorcerers is probably the better term. It seems like they just have magic sort of emanating from their very hands. Other than that, you do not perceive anything else aside from it being made of the same sort of wicker material.
Noted. And what kind of army is he leading? Looks humans.
It looks mostly human. You do see a handful of what looks like dwarves and some orcs, and what looks like elves.
Some dwarves and orcs working together.
Well, no. So when I say it's like 99% human, there is the occasional orc and dwarf and things mixed in there. But it is a mostly human army.
Okay. Noted.
I guess, yeah, you're looking at it. You can tell that these dwarves and orcs and elves don't look like the typical orc, dwarves, and elves that you've seen. They look to be deformed in some way. The dwarves are maybe like their jaw hangs a little too low, or the elves are a little too gangly looking. The orcs have what looks like some strange sort of piercings on them that you've never really seen before.
They're retarded.
That's not it. You feel like that's not it.
All right. Horace will ponder this for a bit, and then start to make his way slowly to the other wall, because he wants to investigate the other tapestry to see if they're pointing at each other.
All right, as you slowly lumber your way there in your giant plate armor. Zin.
Can I read the inspection on the sarcophagus from here?
You look down at the inscription on the sarcophagus, and you see what looks like writing. However, it seems to be undulating and moving. You can make an Arcana check for me. A 13. All right, this is easy enough for you because you are a wizard, and this is something pretty commonly known. Uh, it appears to be written in sort of magic script, in the same way that your spell book tends to be.
Interesting. Am I able to read it at all?
You feel like you need to use detect magic.
Hey, Ahmed, do you have detect magic ready?
No, I focus on dreams, remember?
Oh, actually, I do. I can ritually cast it. Okay.
Then
I'm
why
gonna
did you ask me?
Chill, bro. Was the hostile dream wizard I've ever met. Okay, yeah. So I'll ritual detect magic.
All right, so you're going to be ritually casting it. So right now you are spending time to do it.
Yeah.
So when we get back to you, it should be done because we're moving into sort of exploration time. Ahmed.
All right. This Ahmed
You,
comes up.
you should have told him, Master.
This he goes, yes, I did. Thank you. He's just annoyed that his simulacrum is such a yes man. But he doesn't tell him off. He just goes, thank you.
I've always viewed you as a very big quip wizard, sir. In the hour and a half I've known you.
You know, I've read some theories that simulacrums actually reflect our deepest and truest selves.
Yes, as you can see, he's very much like me. It's funny. That might be the way he is with Maillard, and that's why Maillard doesn't want to bring him around. But let's see. He does another inspection on this tapestry just to see if there's anything that old Horace missed.
All right.
Could
Now,
be.
I will say, aside from just saying like I'm gonna investigate it.
Sure.
Is there anything in particular that you are looking
Oh,
for?
correct. Let's see. He's looking for a switch on the backside, or how is the thing being held? Something other than what is it? More about like the physical hanging of it, or the physical characteristics of it, rather than what it, the face value. What is the tapestry actually showing?
Okay.
So I guess I'll still roll that.
Examining this tapestry, you are able to tell that 10 feet up, it is being suspended by what looks like this metal rod on these two sort of struts that poke out from the wall. That is holding up. They look pretty heavy duty. You can assume that they need to be to hold this thing up, because again, it is made of this straw-like material, which on its own would be pretty light, but in this form is probably fairly heavy.
Sure.
Right. And it also appears that there may have been a mechanism to sort of wench it up at some point, because again, it is that wicker material, so it probably was flat when it came in here, and then they hoisted it up.
Do I see that mechanism anywhere?
It does not appear to be here anymore. On one of the struts, you can tell that there was a little notch in it, more than likely where that mechanism would have been.
I see. Really quickly, Ahmed is going to go to the side, and he will touch the tapestry and just not like tear it down, but just hold it to the side to see if he can see anything in the back behind it.
All right, make an investigation check as it incinerates you and you die instantly.
Oof.
No, just joking, you're good. As you look behind it, you notice what looks like a tiny little hole in the wall right here.
Is it similar to the rat hole that we saw in the previous hallway?
It is similar.
Okay. All right. Do I have the ability to, side eye peek down it, or no?
You can lay on the ground and peek through it.
All right. I'll crouch down. I don't necessarily want to go prone, but I'll crouch down and look and just see if it's similar to the rat hole previously.
Peeking through it, the room is kind of dark, but there's a little bit of, just a little bit of light peeking through. And what you see on the other side appears to be, again, Roll20's reveal tool is very notorious for still remaining the hide tool.
It is.
I have to click it 3 times for it to actually register that oh yeah, you want to reveal something. There we go. It looks like a short little hallway with a door on the end.
Huh.
This, sort of stone door split down the middle. Looks like you could maybe push it open.
All right. We'll remember that for later. I relayed that to the rest of the party. There seems to be a hidden room back here, fellas, with another door.
Oh.
Behind this.
Somehow I missed it.
Yeah, you were looking at the pictures. I was looking.
Very fine craftsmanship.
My master looks beyond the picture.
Thank you, Great Value, Ahmed.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Great Value, Ahmed. Go over there and hang out with El Chad.
Of course.
Hello, El Chad.
Hello, El Chad. My master has told me to come here and aid you in some way.
Great. Why don't you try drinking some of this juice?
I'm not going to do that.
Why don't you, Ooh, you know what'll help? Keep really quiet and listen for movement in the hallway.
He nods a bit and then he looks over. You could tell he's side-eyeing Ahmed for approval.
Oh yes, you're allowed to keep quiet.
Yes, then I will stay deathly quiet and listen intently.
Very good.
Not a peep from my mouth.
Well, if you see something dangerous, you're allowed to peep.
Yeah, do peep if you see something dangerous.
Of course, I will. But until then, silence. Like a mouse.
He can be taught.
All right, and El Chad's going to go up and, I assume we're kind of free movement?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to go investigate these statues a little bit more to see if they can be turned or anything.
Checking up at these statues, they are made of solid sandstone, similar to these smaller statues. They do not appear to be movable. They look to be almost part of this sort of raised platform here. Oh. I think El Chad, you're underwater.
Oh yeah.
There we go. I think we got to reverse time and with that hourglass and bring out whatever's in that coffin.
If we could turn back time,
I mean,
if we could find a way.
There's an hourglass in the crystal.
Great Value Ahmed looks like he's about to say something, but then he
he holds his tongue.
I point back by the door and just be like, oh, what are you doing here? To Great Value Ahmed.
He doesn't say anything.
God damn it. Do you guys want to try to turn the crystal upside down?
Yeah. What could go wrong?
Wait.
Maybe we should
Uh,
inspect the rest of the room
no, no.
first.
Yeah,
before we
I'll
start.
let you
Great
guys-
value
I'll
our
let you
med
guys
is
be
going.
I will say this crystal is not like a small movable thing. Like it is from this circle to this circle. It is
Oh,
a
okay.
10 by 10 light or a 5 by 5. Is it 5 by 5 or 10 by 10? It's 10 by 10. It's a 10 by 10 solid block of crystal with a
But there's that
hourglass
hourglass.
suspended in the middle.
Oh, in the middle,
Like a
It-
inside the crystal, inside this
Inside
big
of the
chunk of
crystal.
crystal.
pretty large sized hourglass, or just kind of like a small one.
It's a fairly big one. Here, I'll put it
Okay.
in a blue square so that you guys kind of know.
Hmm. All right, I'll end my turn there.
All right, Horus.
All right, Horus with his double movement is going to go 30 feet. He's going to go. Well, I'm going to come up here actually, and can I try to investigate or, maybe? Let me think here. Maybe my paladin. I don't know. How is my religion bad? Okay. Maybe can
Well,
I do
You know a lot about Yasni, not necessarily about anybody else.
exactly? Can I do a? Oh man, let's see. I guess what can I do to try to like learn more about this thing? Like, is it just an inspection,
Um,
investigation?
well, how about you tell me what you want to try and get out of this?
Well, so okay, let me see. Let me see. Is there any markings or inscriptions on this, or is it just a pure flat crystal?
It is a pure flat crystal. If it wasn't sort of illuminated by the glowing red light in this room, you would maybe even not know it's there. It is so clear.
Ooh, I'd like to just poke it with my finger.
All right. You poke it, and it is very hard and very smooth, like polished glass.
Hmm. Hmm. And what about these fellows back here? What do they look like?
They are three robed figures. They do not have a face. It just looks to be like this upper part is a hood, sort of shrouding what would be a face, but there's not one carved. As well as what looks like hands crossed along the front of him. They're all three of them are wearing large robes. It's a
Now-
pretty simplistic statue, I will say. They don't
Now-
seem particularly detailed.
Okay. So, guys, these guys seem faceless, and this looks like a coffin. I think we're in the tomb of the faceless lord.
Astute.
Isn't that where that guy wanted us to get the book, right?
Yeah, he did say that. But I don't see any books around here.
Well, clearly we're gonna have to pop this coffin open.
Well, that seems good to me.
Although I do want to get to that hourglass, but maybe there's a spell or something in the spell book.
And is that it for Horus?
I think that's it because I got no more movement or anything. So
Right, Zin, your ritual, as you finish casting Detect Magic, your eyes begin to glow as the words begin to sort of rearrange on this tablet into writing. It's
Ooh.
a fairly long thing, and since you're doing it, I suppose you'll be the one to read it. But here we go. It depicts another one of those large T's as well as a riddle.
No fool shall tread these sands. Okay. That's cool.
Read it for us, Zen.
I can read
No
it
f-
if you want.
I got it. No fool shall tread these sands, only those who follow light. Let not your blades guide you, wield intellect, not might. 6 guardians stand tall, 6 elixirs they shield. 5 are your foe, 1 ally concealed. 1 grants passage, a mead of enchanted berries blend. Greed begets blindness, a penalty on which shadows descend. 2 brings forth slumber, an everlasting dreamless night. 2 steal your vitality, leaving your soul bereft of light. Contemplate, valiant paladins, confront this trial of the mind. Heed these hints closely, and triumph you will find. The feline of stripes, claws, and teeth, a sight to behold. Yet her grasp contains neither death nor blindness, your victory remains untold. The venerable bear, a wise and kindly beast, not one to grant you sleep, his potion's twin lies close, but never underneath. The one who blinds, weary in an age-old feud, one neighbor upholds death, the other wishes life renewed. Of the eagle and the lion, the kings who wish for purpose higher, one grants slumber, the other death's desire. And now, my friend, you've all you need to take the plunge and drink. Ponder, consider, review, and reflect, but above all else, please think. For now the beasts lie dormant, observing as you partake. They permit you to drink, but only once, any more, and they shall wake. Thus choose with purpose, you who dare to tread the path. No matter your party's number, only one may fulfill the task.
Ooh.
And the final thing you know about this is that that symbol of a T appears to have been written and carved into this tablet originally, whilst this riddle appears to have been written after the fact.
Huh.
Well, obviously, there's these 6 animals, and one of them is our buddy. So let's hope it's the Kraken.
Which one do you think, Horus, is our friend?
See, one grants passage.
This is why I said bring a notebook.
Yeah. So the tiger doesn't give you death nor blindness, but you could still be getting sleep from it.
Okay, so Tiger could be sleep.
Tiger is sleep or passage.
Yes.
The bear does not grant you sleep, and his potion's twin lies close, but never underneath. That makes me think that it's not to the south of him.
So that means that sleep is maybe the lion?
It's either the lion or the eagle or the
wait.
T.
No, he's not one. The bear does not grant you sleep, which means his potion's twin is stealing vitality. Because if he has it, well,
Correct.
if he has a twin and he's not sleep, then he has to be vitality drainer.
Right. So he steals vitality for sure. And then so that means that the lion, the eagle, or the T, what was T?
Tiger.
Tiger, lion, eagle, or tiger is vitality draining as well. But tiger can't be vitality drained, so it's only lion or eagle can be vitality drained.
Well, he's neither death nor blindness, but he could be vitality, right? Or is vitality is death?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, vitality stealing is death. So that means that the lion or the eagle in our case is probably also vitality. And he also says that his twin is close by. So I'm thinking adjacent. So likely I would think that the lion is potentially vitality draining as well.
Yeah, because, well, what is underneath the south? Because it could be the whale. Or
Well, the W is a wool.
That's what I meant.
All right, let's see. What comes after the bear? Not one to grant you sleep. Let's see. The one who blinds, weary in an age-old feud. One neighbor upholds death, the other wishes life renewed. The one who blinds. Do any of these creatures blind?
Well,
Eagle,
one of
tiger,
them does. We know one of them will blind you, right?
The other
Greed
wishes...
begets blindness, the penalty on which shadows descend.
So you have one elixir of passage. So whatever
Yeah.
you do, it's good. One causes blindness, two causes slumber, and two bring death. Basically, it steals your vitality.
And so whichever one is the blindness, it says it's in between a death one and probably the good one, life renewed, probably passage.
Yeah. Maybe life renewed. The next line says, of the eagle and the lion, the kings who wish for purpose higher, one grants slumber, the other death's desire. Well, what does death desire? I assume that's
Death.
rebirth or... Oh, well.
Oh, I was assuming it was meant death.
What does death want? I figured that death wanted life.
Oh, the opposite. Good call. Hmm.
So my theory is that eagle or lion... Let's see. One gives... maybe death desires rest. Well, that would be sleep, so that would be slumber.
Well,
I
will say there is only one combination. So even if you set it up and you're like, all right, will this work? Like, it has to meet up all the clues, right?
Right.
But other than that, I'm going to keep my hands out of this.
Sure.
Unless you guys want me to add a roll or ask a question or something like that.
All right, I'm gonna put on bear. I'm gonna put a D. Maybe.
Yeah. I think bear is death for sure.
Yeah. Bear is D. D's nets.
So,
Perfect.
Brad, listen to my suggestion.
I will.
I'm thinking eagle is the potion that we drink for two reasons. It says lion and eagle. One gives slumber, the other death's desire. If death's desire is rest or passage into the afterlife or life, right, something good, then the other grants slumber. And bear's line says not one to grant you sleep, but his potion lies close but never underneath. So if none of his potion twins were to the south, then his death potion twin
would have to be the lion.
That's my theory.
But the lion would have to be either sleep or passage by that reasoning.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Unless death's desire is death.
I think it is.
Eternal rest.
Yeah. Well, it couldn't be like it's not slum. I think that lion is also death.
Zin, what are you attempting to insight?
What's death's desire?
You're not quite sure what that means, but the line before it implies that the eagle and the lion are on similar terms, right?
Yeah.
So I'll give you that. Let's say you're able to determine that eternal slumber and endless slumber are probably fairly similar.
Okay. I'll convey that to the party.
All right.
All right, you've used your one roll the dice for me to give you a clue.
All right. So if eternal slumber and the other kind of slumber are the two slumbers, then I think that bear's twin death is also lion death and eagle is slumber. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I agree. I already put them on there.
Good, good, good. All right. So the the one who blinds is between death and passage,
Well,
which has to be the wolf, right?
I was going to
If
say
both of the deaths are over there.
the one who blinds. Consider the kraken is a giant squid, and squids emit ink to escape their predators. They emit a blinding ink.
Oh, you were thinking of the animal.
Yeah,
I was thinking of the potion because there is a potion of blindness.
that's true. And
The
the one who
tiger
blinds,
can't be sleep though.
right?
Says the feline of stripes contains neither death nor blindness. Oh wait, no. It can be. It can't be death or blindness, but it can be sleep.
It could be.
I think it's a kraken.
Yeah, it is the Kraken. Because if the
Get in there, great value Ahmed.
Hang on, explain kraken to me.
okay,
Okay. Oh, you go ahead.
okay, so the neighbor of death, right? So the one who blinds, in a weary old age, feud. One neighbor upholds death, the other wishes life renewed. The only possible one that could be is if we put the top right to his death, then only the wolf can be blind. Right? Which means that the good one has to be next to it.
Yeah. Zin will drink it.
All right. Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right, you grab the elixir, pop open the cork, and take a swig and taste the sickly taste of enchanted berries blend. And when you do, you feel a bit invigorated. It is a very fine wine.
Oh.
The tapestry on the right sort of shakes, and the tapestry on the left sort of shake, and the statues turn. That's right, I lied. Both these statues here turn and point towards the sarcophagi, which lifts magically in the air before setting itself down at the foot of it, revealing what is inside, which is no corpse. But there are some items in there.
Ooh,
Ooh.
Chad likes items.
Yeah, what are we
All
looking
right.
at here?
There is what looks to be a necklace. Well, I guess there is a necklace, two vials of an orange, a sort of golden orange liquid, and a yellow liquid. Let's see. Yeah, talisman, the two liquid. Oh wait, no. I'm sorry, I'm reading my notes wrong. There is not a liquid in there. There is a talisman and what looks like a book.
Well, we do need a book.
Yeah.
And we could always take that talisman too.
All
Was
right.
the necklace the same as the talisman?
Yes, the necklace is it's a talisman on a necklace, is what I meant to sort of describe it as.
Okay.
El Chad, you feel almost drawn to this talisman.
Ooh, El Chad's just gonna go and grab the talisman. That definitely isn't evil and cursed.
Ooh, Yasni.
Flame.
Crafted in homage to
Ooh.
Yasni, the Eternal Flame Talisman is a radiant amulet that resonates with the divine essence of Yasni. When worn by a paladin, it becomes a conduit for channeling the power of Yasni's divine light. Radiant Ignition. Once per long rest, as a bonus action, the attuned can ignite their weapon in divine flame. For the next minute, their attacks deal an additional 1d6 radiant damage, and it shines a 10-foot radius of light. Chad's Divine Spark. If the attuned paladin has Chad in their name, they are bestowed with a unique blessing. As an action when using words of encouragement, the ability changes, granting a boon to up to 3 creatures within 30 feet. The affected creature gains a 1d4 bonus to their attack rolls until the end of their next turn. Chad must genuinely speak words of encouragement to trigger this effect. Oh, that's awesome.
That's some hot Chad.
Hey, Christoph. Hey, I need Horace and El Chad to make religion checks on this.
Ooh.
Uh, 19.
Nice.
19.
Which is
Horace,
as high as I could roll.
Horace, you are taken aback by this amulet. This is not some ordinary amulet. And El Chad, you know as well. This was an amulet once worn by a legendary paladin who became a great betrayer of Yasni,
Oh,
Chadimus.
Fucking
we
Chadimus.
found one of the relics of Chadimus.
He who became the Chadtron.
That's still up in the air. We don't know
No.
that.
Yeah,
We don't-
he technically wound up with 2 eyes, didn't he?
Chadimus stole the eyes of Yasni, a divine relic of the Church of Yasni.
I don't know. I mean, this seems like an item that would be good for you, El Chad, but I guess you could redeem its value, from its last master.
I mean, why would Yasni bring me here and bestow such a powerful item upon me if he didn't want redemption?
That is true.
So,
He wanted a redemption arc for you.
and besides, your name's not Chad, so you can't.
Oh yeah, no, it's not for me. It wouldn't be for me. I mean, it would. If you were to fall in battle, I would probably take it because I could still use that radiant ignition.
Well, if I were to fall in battle, you should also take my name.
I will. I'll call
Get my
myself.
gun.
I'll call myself El Chad the Younger.
In honor.
In
El
honor
Chad
of
the
you.
Younger.
Or we'll call you El Chad the Horus, or
Where's the Chad?
Something is
Oh,
going to
Chad
happen with Zin
The second.
and the book.
Uh-oh.
But we will get to that in a moment. We can cut over to something else as Great Value Ahmed goes.
What is
To,
it,
Ahmed.
Armed?
As he points to the crystal, the large crystal begins to melt, oozing in a clear goo and draining into the altar, into these sort of holes that are underneath it, leaving behind this hourglass.
Hey, 2 birds.
2 birds?
Yeah, we were trying to get that hourglass.
Oh. That's right. That's right. Do you... Well? You want me to get it for you?
Oh, why don't you grab it there, Great Value Ahmed?
All right. Regular Ahmed goes, I'll grab it. Yeah. I guess he picks up the hourglass.
Hold on.
Hold on, before he does that.
You know, Ahmed, I think you're gonna do a great job picking up that hourglass. You know, you really go get that thing. I believe in you, bud.
Good.
Now Ahmed is like really disconcerted. He's like, oof, I was encouraged by El Chad. This usually doesn't bode well. Zin, how about you get that book first and tell me, and tell us what it is, and then I'll grab this hourglass. And if anything bad happens, we'll make a break for the room behind this tapestry.
I believe Zin is out of game right
Zin
now.
is BRB. Okay,
He's
then...
T-posing.
Crud. All right. Well,
He's so focused on this book that he's zoned into space and time.
this hourglass, this can only be a good thing on an altar.
Oh, Zin is back.
Zin is back.
Yes.
Zin, as you go and pick up this book, you are suddenly sort of thrusted with a what seems like a unbelievable amount of knowledge. I need you to make a wisdom save.
Oh God. Here we go again. Where is it? Wisdom. 16.
16. All right. You were able to resist it, as it seems like the spell book was trying to just sort of all consume your mind. You actually feel like it was moreover trying to draw spells out of your mind.
Oh.
Interesting.
But one name floods your head. You know the previous owner of this spell book. Thraxis.
Nice.
As you have gained this book, and it automatically is going to attune to you as you see words begin to write on its pages.
Beautiful.
Out of the game, we know that Thraxis is the fucking lich over at that very bad island.
Oof.
Nice. Another Lich's spellbook. This is what Zin needs.
Do you have 2?
No, I lost the Book of Irsay.
Oh, who picked up the afterlife key, or the book from
The Book of Shadows? I did also actually collect that one.
Okay. There's also a third book from that, but it's
I don't know if I got a
never mind.
third one.
He's becoming a proper wizard. Collect all the books.
Yep.
Exactly.
I don't think I got. I think you're talking about the wizard we fought with the demons.
Correct.
I was actually offline, so somebody else would have grabbed his spell book.
I think it was Manticore.
Makes
But that's
sense.
okay. I'm looking at the Celestialis tome.
It has quite a lot that it can do.
Can prepare an additional number
Yeah.
of spells equal to their proficiency
Beautiful.
bonus. That's good.
Oh, that's great.
You can consult the Celestialis Tome to gain advantage on intelligence checks, arcana, or a saving throw related to magic phenomenon.
Nice.
It has the ability to absorb residual magic of expended spell slots.
Spell slots.
Whenever the wielder successfully counterspells a spell, they can choose to store the magic in the grimoire until the end of the user of the Celestial Tome's next turn. As a bonus action, they can seal the stored magic, automatically adding that spell to their tome
Yeah.
list. That's pretty cool.
That's fucking awesome.
Excellent
so-
book. Awesome.
So if you counterspell a spell, you can spend a bonus action next turn to seal it into the book. learning
Love
that
it.
spell.
That's fantastic.
But we left off as you were looking at this book. You see Ahmed sort of gesturing towards the hourglass.
He reaches out and he just about to put his hands on the hourglass, and then he pulls it back and he looks at everybody and goes, "Do we really need this? Is this something we need?"
Yes.
Well, okay. And Ahmed
I think we needed to get out of here.
Ahmed grabs the hourglass, but he's also preparing to dash away.
All right, you reach up, grab the hourglass. Now here's a question. How are you holding the hourglass? Because the hourglass is laying now sideways on the altar.
Oh, it's laying sideways.
Yes, it's not up and down.
I thought that it was. Let me see if I had the note. Blue
It was
on the
suspended.
top, red on the bottom.
That is correct.
Okay.
Oh, but that was when it was suspended.
Yes.
So now it has fallen.
It is on its side, and there is red on one side and blue on the other.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, then Ahmed will. Okay, Ahmed is going to, on the initial pickup, only hold it up sideways so that it's not. No time is going. No sand is flowing from one side or the other.
All right.
Does anything happen?
Nothing happens.
All right. Then he looks over at his friends, shrugs his shoulders a little bit, and, sorry, I should just say this first. First off, he does an Arcana inspection on this, and he's trying to figure out the magical properties, although he sort of already feels that, just doing some experiments might show him what happens. But just, how powerful is this thing is what he's trying to find out first.
Holding it up, it appears pretty powerful.
Okay. He looks over and he holds it directly in front of him with the blue on the top so that it's flowing down into the red chamber. And he looks around.
All right. When you turn it that way, let's see, where is everybody?
Uh-oh.
Oh wait, I can ritually identify it.
Well, he did turn it.
No,
He turned it.
It was too late, Zin.
Zin,
Yeah.
you go. How do you react? You see him starting to turn it. What are you doing?
I'm gonna say Zin was like preoccupied with the book and then noticed Ahmed like starting to experiment with it and just kind of like start saying no, wait.
As you do, Zin, you lift your hand up. The hourglass begins pouring down. As you go, no. As all of you are reacting in slow motion, as if slowed.
Ooh.
What?
Mayar
Except
or
for El Chad,
Ahmed?
who is like, what the fuck?
Oh, that's hilarious.
I will say, El Chad, standing on the outside, you see what looks like the faintest sort of swirling of sands around the area.
Put that back.
Ooh, I am wrong. Actually, it is not. I thought it was 30. But no. So it still affects everybody there. But
All right. I slowly start tilting it the other way.
you turn it the other way, it starts to go back to normal.
Huh. And that's when it's on the sideways, correct?
Yes, and no sand is flowing.
Interesting. Okay, well, we're going to do one more experiment, everybody. El Chad,
Okay.
you look a little bit older. Actually, never
Wait,
mind.
do we
never
look
mind.
older?
No. We flip it over to the red side, so the red state starts falling down.
I believe you already had it on the red side.
Oh.
It would be the blue side.
So it's
So the blue sand
the
would
red
be
is falling into the blue at this point, correct?
No.
No, the
first
blue is now
one
falling.
was
We're doing a red shift and a blue shift.
Understood. Got it.
yes, red slows, blue is going to do this.
Like sine waves.
As you turn it the other way, you turn it the other way and you start moving very fast and you start breathing very fast. And Errol, you see this. You did it. It is as if you were hasted.
I see. All right, then I put it on the side. That is an
and
awesome
as you
little...
put it on the side, you're going to slow back down to the normal speed.
That is awesome. Yeah, cool. So yeah, he comes over and he walks over to Zin and he says, Zin, I apologize for every rude thing I've ever said to you in the past. I know you have some wizardly value. We all have our strengths. And, humbly, I come to you and ask you to identify this for me.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, you identify it.
Okay. I was doing it ritually, but I'm going to say I like slightly tilted it towards the fast side.
Yeah, we could tilt it to the
speed
fast
up.
side.
I will say it does speed it up a little bit.
All right.
All right. This intricately crafted hourglass was crafted by the wizard pharaoh Memphis, possessing the power to manipulate the ebb and flow of time within his grasp. The attuned wielder can turn it in one of two directions, each harnessing a different temporal essence. Accelerate.
Should just say wielder.
Okay. Accelerate, turning the hourglass in one direction, activates time. The wielder can use their action to turn the hourglass, and all creatures within the radius are treated as if under the effects of haste. If a creature leaves this area, or after 1 minute of the hourglass being turned, the effect ends. Okay. And the same thing happens with slow and temporal harmony. The hourglass resonates with the wielder's essence, attuning to their understanding of time. As a bonus action, the wielder can choose to end the effects of either accelerate or slow, restoring the normal flow of time in the affected area. Well, that is too cool. And, this is a special tool that'll help us later, I'm sure, everyone.
Love
You
it.
feel like because of its design and just sort of the place that it was in, that while this is a cool magic item, it probably does serve a purpose here.
You mean in this room or in this town?
In this tomb.
Okay, that makes sense. Ahmed looks at everybody and he says, well, I found a secret tunnel over there behind the left tapestry. We could go through that, or we could... He points over at the dimly lit door on the southern side. And also he goes, one good turn deserves another. Maybe there's another secret tunnel behind the other tapestry, which we actually haven't even inspected yet. So
Let's inspect that tapestry and check it out.
Yeah.
As Horace lumbers over towards it.
Horace, come give me assistance.
Can I use that hourglass to get over there?
Horace, I will say one thing UNL Chad will make note of, and whether you do anything with this information or not is up to you. The last place you know that the amulet you found was with Chadamus himself when he fled after becoming the betrayer. So the fact that it's here
yeah,
is a bit disconcerting. Or maybe not. I don't know how
maybe he was in league with the pharaoh wizard Memphis. He doesn't seem like such a nice guy, this Memphis.
And I will say this tomb did have a symbol of a T on it, which is, as Zin has found out, related to Thraxis.
Or he was allied with Thraxis. Or Thraxus killed him and took it.
Great Value Armed hops in the tomb.
All right. What does he do? Is he? Because right now I imagine he's standing in it.
Yeah, he's standing in it, just peering around, and he wraps his knuckles on the bottom of the tomb, and he's trying to feel for another trap door potentially.
All right. Sort of tapping on the bottom there. You sort of bop 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 boom. As it feels like something hollow is in here.
Is it made of stone? Is it breakable with his hands, or does it seem like, let's see. I guess he just gets down there and feels more with two hands on that hollow space. Pressing.
As you sort of press and push on it, it feels like the bottom is moving. Like there's a false bottom in it.
Okay. Stone bottom or wood?
Yes, it is a stone bottom.
A stone bottom. All right. Then what he does is he pushes down on it and also exerts a pressure to the side, if that makes sense. Sort of like a push down and slide.
Down and
yeah.
He's trying to do like the thing.
As you push down on it, El Chad will be the one to see this. As that sarcophagi lid lifts up quietly, as Great Value Armed is pushing on it, and seals over Great Armed, or Great Value Armed. What Great Value Armed sees is that he is in pitch blackness inside of a coffin. He does feel like he has moved, like he has fallen through something.
Oof. How far down has he fallen?
He has slid down somewhere.
Oh no, he's gone a long way, I assume.
Yes, he is in a very
different place.
He goes,
a very different place.
He goes, Master, Oris, Elchad, Zid.
He whispering or yelling?
He's like whisper yelling. He's like whisper yelling. Is there any way for him to crawl up that slide at all?
As Great Value Armed lifts his hands up to find where that slide is, he just touches the top of a lid.
Huh. Okay, he pushes on that lid then. He pushes as hard as he can, I guess.
Make a strength check.
All right, he's not very strong.
You push on the lid and nothing.
He wraps his knuckles. He goes bang, bang, bang.
Bang, bang, bang.
Does El Chad hear that?
No, El Chad does not hear that.
Oh, no.
As you bang on this lid, one thing becomes evidently clear. There is a noise as you lay inside of this tomb. As Great Value Armed turns his head and sees a hole and hears a squeak.
Uh-oh.
And then another squeak. And then another squeak. Great Value Armed, in a panic, I imagine, sort of rolls over, cracking over what feels like bones. As it appears to be, there is some other thing down here that has expired.
All right.
Does he have dark vision or no?
No, he does not.
All right, you're in pitch blackness. You've rolled over onto some bones.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear squeaking coming from what sounds like 2 holes on either side of the sarcophagi.
All right. Let's see. What does Great Value Ahmed do? Oh man. Let's see.
Should I play more suspenseful music?
This
You
is
feel like
this is already quite suspenseful.
okay.
Let's see. Okay. Great Value Ahmed around himself casts fairy fire to light up this whole room.
Pop, 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 pop. Sparks of light. You see what looks like 3 or 4 rats trying to squeeze their way through the holes, but when they see this flash of light, they scurry away, terrified by the light, as you are illuminated. But you as well as I imagine Great Ahmed know is that it's only going to last a minute, so you feel like you're deterring them. You're just buying yourself some time. You turn and see what looks like a dwarven skeleton. Its leather armor long since rotted, but you see what looks like a strangely pristine conch shell. It is sort of a pinkish, purplish hue.
All right. This Ahmed would know. You know, he's a simulacrum of regular Ahmed. He grabs that conch shell and tries to examine to see if it's a horn of some type. I mean, he is a bard. He would recognize a sound making.
I'll say that you recognize that it does have a sort of hole in it made for sort of blowing into it. And with this plenty bit of light, you see what looks like this almost ethereal sort of swirling inside of the shell.
All right. Great Value Ahmed. Are there other finger holes, or is it just one single hole?
It is one single hole.
All right. Great Value Ahmed in the dark with the fairy fires around him gently blows into the conch shell. And if it feels like it needs more breath, he'll give it a good blast, but you
blow into the conch shell. And we're going to jump up to everybody up above. El Chad, you have just seen the thing seal over Great Value Ahmed. As you are, I imagine, heading towards him, or at least heading in that direction, the elixir. Oh wait, you tell me.
Yeah, I'm gonna head down here.
All right.
And like circle, but you were saying the elixir?
Well, never mind.
Okay.
Yeah,
El Chad's staying away from that fucking coffin.
All right.
And he's gonna rejoin the party.
All right. Circling around to the party. Well then, yeah, I'll say you've still made it. The elixir next to you. You hear a sound coming out of it. It's muffled though because the elixir is closed.
I hear a sound coming out of the elixir?
Yes, make a perception check. 14. All right. Great Value Ahmed. You have 15 words you can say to El Chad, or basically any ally is who this is going to.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm counting them out.
All right.
He says, help. Maybe he doesn't even need to say help, but he said it. Help. I fell down the sarcophagus. False bottom. No light. Rats are coming for me.
That is what you hear, El Chad, coming from the elixir.
Rats are coming for this elixir?
Oh, rats are coming. Rats are coming for great value or med. How do we get them out of there?
How do you get in there?
Is there any of the elixir I drank before?
Horace is looking at the elixir like, how do you get in there?
There is not any more of that elixir.
Okay. Zin is going to inspect the sarcophagus. You know what? I'm just going to try to push on the lid.
All right. Make a strength check or an
Okay.
athletics check. Actually, is probably at least better because you might have a skill thing for it. $16. You push on it. And as you do not push the lid off completely, but you push it enough to sort of make just the tiniest little crack to see inside. And you do not see great value Armed.
Is the base open or did it shut above his head?
It is shut. So the floor of this sarcophagi looks solid.
Okay. Zin is going to crawl into the sarcophagus and try to find the false bottom.
All right, you squeeze your way in.
Does it
You
slam
push.
over my head?
No, it does not.
Okay, nice.
But as you sort of push and prod, you feel yourself slide down, and when it does, you hear the lid above you slide back closed.
Okay.
As you slide down and just fucking smash into great value.
We've only got a minute of light left.
I can see in the dark.
Oh, perfect.
What do I see?
You see that you're in the bottom of what looks like a secondary sort of sarcophagus-esque hole. We'll say sarcophagi sized. You are pressed up against Great Value Armed, probably in an awkward position because you went in head first and he went in feet first. He is holding a shell in his hand. There's a skeleton in there. And you see two holes, and you see what looks like little rats sort of deep down in them, sort of moving closer, but when they kind of get too close to the light, they scurry away.
Is there anything flammable?
No, it seems like a lot of the leather and stuff has been gnawed away by these rats, and what little bit of flammability they might have had have long since sort of perished.
Okay, I'm going to take a second to see if there's any other loot that is down here that looks promising. Do you want me to investigate that?
I'll say just a cursory glance shows that there really is nothing else.
Okay, I will grab Great Value Armed by the shoulder.
All right.
And I'll Dimension Door us up.
All right, as you
Oh.
appear wherever you would like in this room
Yeah, I'll
with
drop
Great
us right
Value
here.
Armed.
I'll drop us right here, and Great Value Armed right next to Armed.
What we don't see is a swarm of rats swarming into that hole and scurrying around, looking for their next meal, but you have long since gone.
Nice.
Also, yeah, it's really fucking bright now.
Oh.
Great Value Armed is like glowing.
Guys, you would not believe what I saw down there. Actually, you probably would. And, Master, I'm sorry for going off on my own and crawling around in the base of coffins in horribly dangerous dungeons. I won't do it again unless you tell me to. Armed's like, please, yes, please don't. do that again."
But sir, I made sure not to yell when I slid down in there.
And he looks back over to Zin, and he thanks him profusely, shaking his hand, and he gets down and kisses his foot, and he just says, "Thank you, thank you, thank
in
you,
front of him.
thank you for saving me from certain death at the gnawing teeth of the rat swarm."
There's no need for that. You're welcome. And Zen will just pat him on the shoulder and help him stand back up.
Oh. My heart's pounding a little bit.
But you are holding this shell as well, Great Value Armed.
Yes, great value element. Does a little inspection on the shell now that we're in the light.
I will say with Zin's assistance identifying it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Actually, make a history check.
A history
Armed.
check. He is a sage. He's pretty good at history stuff. Or I mean, maybe.
All right.
We'll
I'll
see.
give you advantage on this then.
All right then.
Ooh.
Ooh, oh yeah, easy. I'll say as you're holding it up, you notice something. The design of this conch is eerily similar to the design of Horus's armor. As you know this to be a sea dwarf design.
Mm.
And then examining it further, you find out what it is.
Tidecaller's conch. You can send a brief 25-word message to any creature they consider an ally, regardless of the distance or plane between them. That is cool. Oh, as the target is near at least 1 liter of water. The target has to be near a liter of water. Okay.
Yes, the recipient hears the message as if spoken directly from the liquid.
Oh, perfect. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. The recipient needs another conch to reply, but that's okay. You just give a one-way communication. Yeah, and then oceanic divertissement. In moments of tranquility or boredom, the conch can be blown to invoke an automated response in a soothing woman's voice. Roll a d12 and get the following response. I like how 11 is get radical. Get radical.
Get radical.
The ability doesn't have any practical effect. It serves to pass the time. This is perfect. This could be like a magic 8-ball. Magic 8-ball conch.
Get
Magic-
radical.
A magic
good.
12 ball.
Yeah, a magic 12 ball.
But this is, from what you're able to tell, this was a pretty popular and probably the most prominent device used by sea dwarves to communicate with one another.
I like that.
Obviously, it did that poor fellow no good.
Poor guy. Stuck down there. Great value Armed. Armed says to him, he goes, hey, hang on to that for a while. Maybe if you get stuck in a coffin again, you can...
Master, can I make a suggestion?
Please.
You could always call me GV.
I could. That okay, fair enough.
I know
GV.
it was stupid.
I
was
W.
stupid. You know.
He goes, no. It was great. He's trying to be a little bit nicer because he did just almost die. He goes, no, that was a great idea. GV. I dubbed thee GV.
Or you could always say Jeeves. You know, kind of like
Jeeves.
phonetically.
Like a little nickname for you. Jeeves.
Yes.
Well, how about we call you Jeeves then? Do we have a Jeeves back at the well, Armed wouldn't, but is there a Jeeves? Maybe that's Chives.
There was
Back
a
at-
Jeeves way back in the day at Offering Church Keep.
That's right, Jeeves at
Little did you know it was Armed.
It might have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll call him Jeeves. I like that. They could be 2 Jeeves.
Jeeves is a common name.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Jeeves.
Hey, man, you name your kid Jeeves, you've sort of set him down a path, huh?
Yeah. There's only one opportunity for employment.
Oh, wait, no, it wasn't Jeeves. That's all I had to say. He was Jenkins.
Jenkins.
It's Jenkins.
Okay, perfect. Right. All right, Jeeves.
All right, but as you guys walk up to this tapestry, this one depicts what looks like a man in black armor, pointing his sword at the opposite direction. You can assume the tapestry on the opposite side. And behind him is an army of different races: humans, dwarves, elves, Aarakocra, Owlin, the whole menagerie of people, as well as what looks like demons. And on one hand, he has the sword, he's pointing it forward, but in the other hand is a spectral blue flame.
Ahmed looks over at Zin and says, "You've had some dealings with demons before. Do you recognize any of them?"
Do I?
Then you don't recognize any of them immediately, but you do recognize that flame pretty prominently. That is an Everflame, the powerful soul of a demon. It is not exactly like the one you encountered in Zala's sort of area in the Dwarven Tomb, but it is one eerily similar.
Zin will examine it really closely for a second, and I'll say, I'm pretty sure that's an Everflame.
Well, those are useful. He goes, well, step aside. And he does the same thing that he did over here, where he pulls back one edge of the tapestry, trying not to tear it or break it, but peek back there and look for a mirrored secret back room, just like the spot.
All right. Oh, easy. As you you sure enough find what looks like a small hole at the bottom, and on closer inspection reveals a hallway.
Well, we're already here, fellas.
We'll do this one first.
Tally ho. And yeah, Ahmed crawls in.
All right. Ahmed bumps his head because it is not a very big hole.
It was
just-
crawling hole. I see.
Just enough to peek through.
Oh, so he doesn't actually get in?
Okay,
No.
so we can't
Okay.
do that.
Okay.
Well, not without doing something.
Is
Right.
it Warhammer time?
Was it the same as over here? This one was also too small to get through?
Yes, it was the same on that side as well.
I see.
This looks like
Sheepishly. Go ahead.
Does it look like there's like an opening or anything that I can sleight of hand to lockpick or get around?
You can investigate.
Okay,
If you
I'll
can find some
investigate.
sort of mechanism. $16. Sort of examining it, you do see that the edges of this area are fairly clean, implying that there probably is a way to open it. However, you were unable to discern what and how.
Okay, I'm gonna try pushing on it.
All right. You push on it and it opens.
Nice.
Good job, Zin.
Master deduction.
I'll go to here. What do I
Alright.
see?
Right, peeking down that way. Oop. Hold on, I gotta click reveal 3 times.
As
This
you
is
do.
like a little game for me.
Yeah. My
You
bardic
guys had-
inspiration is probably expired. It's only like a minute, right? Or is it 10 minutes? Well, either way, it's probably.
Revealing a large door. This one does not have any sort of strange writing on it, or sort of etchings. It doesn't ask you for blood like the previous doors have.
What do you think, guys? It seems like a regular door. Should we just... We'll give it the old Zin special and just push on it?
Yeah.
Now,
Hang on.
Oh.
now,
We
hold
last
on.
time we pushed on a door. Well, I mean, there's about a 50-50 chance that something bad happens. He checks it for traps. with a little bit of perception.
Good call.
Perception. Looking
Whoa.
around, there is no trap that you can see. But one thing is sort of blatantly clear with this perception,
Uh-huh.
and that is that this door is locked in some way.
If only we had a thief in the party.
Okay, I'll try to sleight of hands it.
Well, I will say, walking up to this door, it's hard to sleight of hand it because there is no like key, or there's no like obvious
no
way
keyhole?
of opening it.
Oh, it's just
Okay.
locked.
You try to push on it and stuff, and nothing really happens. This door is very similar to the door that the Riddle Guardian had, where it kind of rolled out of the way.
Guys, try saying the password.
What was the password again?
Well, we gotta guess.
Oh, clock.
Donkey.
Nothing. The door does not move.
Time.
Hey, Horace, try to hit it with your hammer.
I shall strike thee with my hammer.
All right.
Wait. I won't hit it with the hammer, but I'm assuming this does nothing.
You take the hammer, rear it back, slamming it against the door. And when you do, the door does not move.
The door does not move.
Nor does it break.
As the impact shivers up my arm.
Yeah. It makes your hands sore.
All right, guys. What if we stopped time, or slowed time, and then pushed it to the side?
Huh? How does that work?
What?
I don't know.
What if we just sped up time until the rock dissolves?
I feel like we
Till
would
it
all
dissolves.
die. What if we went in the other secret passage and see if it comes around behind it?
We can give it a shot. You want to roll over there?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to. I'll see you guys over there.
Yeah, let's
Take a while.
hey.
Take your time. Take your time.
Yeah, we'll conga line over there. How about that? With Horace at the lead. I'm just
All
gonna.
right. As Horace is at the, if you let Horace take the lead, you realize that like he's walking. So
Oh yeah,
slow.
we know.
Then we'll go around and just go ahead of them.
It's a nice restful pace.
I don't want
He's
to.
doing like a power jog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clank, clank, clank.
I'm coming.
Okay, we're gonna try to open this one.
All right.
All right. You sort of push and prod at this door, and given enough time, because I imagine you were waiting for Horace to catch up.
Yeah.
You are able to open it, but it is only a one-sided door, so it is just enough for one person to step through at a time.
Oh, okay. Does somebody else want to step through it first? No.
Great value, Ahmed.
Horace will step through. Oh, great value, Ahmed.
Great value, Ahmed shakes his head. I'm done stepping through first.
Horace will bite the bullet on this one. This is why I'm wearing this armor.
We'll
and
pull
he'll
you
step
out.
through.
We'll pull you out if you
step
need to.
through, and you're here in this room.
All right. Seems safe, guys. Don't worry about it. It's no problem. I'm going to walk up to this door and try to push it open.
All right. When you walk up to push that door open, you all
Rock
outside.
stall.
Well, we haven't gotten there yet. Hold on. I need music. Is this good?
Oh
Yes,
no.
this is perfect. As you touch the door, you see Horace go limp. As
Oh,
he
no.
falls magically asleep. Roll 2d6.
Me?
Yes.
10 for 10 minutes, 10
for
hours.
10 rounds. As he falls asleep, slamming on the ground, this door next to you swings shut. But at the last moment, Zin, you peek inside and you see spikes on the inner part of the door and the inner part of this door.
Fuck.
As the walls begin to move inward.
Oh no.
Ahmed is going to take the hourglass and turn it in slow time in this big radius.
All right. As you boom, time slows. Well, I guess since we'll do that. Okay, El Chad.
You gotta get your mic going.
Oh, there we go. I guess I'm going to try to force this door open.
All right. You can attempt a athletics check to try to pry this door open.
I'll
Alright.
assist him so he gets advantage.
Okay, so that's what you'll do on your turn, basically.
Yeah.
All right,
25.
Yeah. As you pry the door back, you see the spikes on the inner part of the door as time is moving slowly. You see Horace is slowly rolling on the ground as the wall on the opposite side that did appear to be a door, it turns out it wasn't, is pushing closer to the center, but very, very slowly. So Horace is not actually being hurt by it. He's just kind of rolling. Horace is still asleep. Then you aided.
Now I have 9 turns left now, right?
Yep. Ahmed and great value Ahmed. You see Horace bravely and safely rolling. So at least the spikes wouldn't kill him. It would be the smashing of the two walls.
And this door is open currently, right? El Chad pulled
Yes,
it.
it is open. El Chad and Zin are holding it as best they can open.
All right. All right.
El Chad, you feel like, much like with the hallway wall, that the moment you let go, this thing is going to snap forward.
Oof.
Ooh.
And unlike the hallway, it is not a very long distance.
Yes.
That's not good.
Great value, Ahmed. Well, actually, they're the same. Great value, Ahmed rushes forward
No.
as fast as his slow little self can. And he sees Horace rolling across the floor as he's being pushed by the doorway. And he grabs him by the armor and he heaves and tries to pull him out of this little
Now-
room.
Unfortunately, I need you to make an athletics check because his armor is fairly heavy.
It is heavy. Oh, no. I'll tell you what. I'm not good at that.
Now Ahmed can help him if he
Yeah,
wants to reach
you know
him.
what? Ahmed comes over here and also hangs like it's a line of people all pulling,
Yeah.
and we're all trying to pull.
A 14. You guys pull yourselves back 1 square.
Okay.
And
And I'm-
unfortunately, he is still in the room,
Oh,
but you are pulling him closer to the door.
I've got one more thing, but it would be an action. But if I've used it, it's okay. It's all good.
Yeah, Ahmed was a helping. Which
That's
would have
true.
been his
Okay.
action.
Fair enough.
All right, El Chad, if you want to hold this door, I'm going to need another athletics check. Zin, you can help again, or you can not
Yeah,
help and get your
I
action on your
was
turn.
gonna say help before he rolled that.
All right, as you the 23, you are barely holding the door open. The DC's 20 at this point. As you're the door behind him is rolling ever closer. Horace still bravely unconscious.
Bravely unconscious.
As we get to Ahmed again. I'm trying, Master, as best I can.
Wake him up. And Ahmed, or I guess Great Value Ahmed is going to, maybe this won't work, but you know what? Never mind. He's gonna just pull again. They're both gonna pull. And
All right.
and yank him. I'll do it again. Athletics. Oh, oof.
Oh,
Okay.
hey! With the advantage, you pull Horace the last little bit, sort of tripping up El Chad a bit as the door slips from Zin's hands and slams shut, smashing in a pretty nasty sound as Horace goes tumbling out of the way and out of danger.
Oh man.
The trap slowly resetting.
Man.
Something you will notice, Armed, is you kind of like at the last second yanked Horace back, and he sort of rolled limp, probably pretty uncomfortably.
Uh-huh.
He is not just asleep; he is in a coma.
Oh.
So he cannot just be sort of shaken awake.
I see.
Going for 8 more rounds, though, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay,
So I
well-
guess as you guys are like shaking him, like wake up. Eventually, Horace, you do come to. It was almost like passing out.
As I come to, I'm gonna say, hold on, guys. I'm gonna push this door. What? Where's the door?
Well-
Oh yeah, you almost died in the spike trap.
You
What's
almost
like trap?
died in that. My
Oh yeah,
God.
Armed flips it over to normal time.
It was a cool slow motion action scene, by the way, the entire time I was describing that.
Yeah,
What
you almost
spike
died in
trap?
that spike trap.
What spike trap?
Well, you fell asleep, and El Chad and Zin were able to keep the door open, and we pulled you
Chad
out of
and
that little
Zin-
cubby.
Well, actually, all of you will have very easily noticed that that would have 100% killed Horace.
Yes, we must be careful. It seems that maybe we're not meant to go through these doors, or maybe that's not the way we should go. I mean,
Well,
it is...
we've got one more try over here.
One of y'all can make an insight check on that.
Yeah. I'll insight it.
All right. All right, 16. Zin, you're pretty well versed in booby traps. That was not like you shouldn't go this way right now. This was like, oh hey, you're gonna rob my tomb. Go this way, and I'm gonna kill you.
a nice little
It
red
was just-
herring.
Yeah, just a fake passageway to your death.
Well, Horace, do you feel able to move?
Yeah, it was, gotta take it slow.
Here, Horace Great Value Jeeves and Armed lift up Horace to his feet, dust him off a little bit, and he says, "Well, thank you for being so brave. We'll take point on the next run."
Sounds good. I'll see you over there.
Yeah, see you soon.
Did we even investigate this other hall over here for like mechanisms to open the door?
To the
We should probably do another pass through there at some point, because I bet there's a loose stone or something like that.
I think I got quite a high.
Oh, he did get a
Perception check.
27
It's like
on the
a-
perception.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the perception.
Well, no, that
But that was
was
for the door.
for the
It's for
door.
traps.
And
Yeah,
traps. That wasn't looking for a mechanism to perhaps open the door.
Oh, I
Zen's
see.
gonna investigate in here and see if there's some way to open the door.
All right.
15.
15. Looking around, you
Somebody
do
help.
see what looks like a bunch of decorative little alcoves at the bottom, sort of like where the baseboard would be, you imagine. Along the edge here, you could conceivably assume that maybe there's something under there.
Okay, I'll look through them and see what's going on.
Armed's going
Right.
to do the same thing.
Looking through them, our med will be the one. You don't got to make a roll on this
Oh,
one because
okay.
you'll find it. That there is a deeper hole here. And at the end of it is a lever. It is you look like because it's so low to the ground, it looks almost as if that you have to kind of go flat on your stomach or on your back and then kind of like reach down, arm extended into this hole to actually reach the lever.
I don't know if this will work, but Ahmed pulls out the nitpicker from his pocket and sets him on the hole. And he says, "Hey,
what the fuck you want me to do with this?
Hey, you see that lever down there?
Yeah.
Well, that has a door locked that we need to have open. Curious if you'd go in there and pull the lever for us. I can't reach it."
You want me to crawl in there and flip that lever?
Well, you do unlock doors, don't you?
Zin's going to start moving out of the hallway.
You guys
to the
have not
crowd.
been very good on this adventure, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Can I say you have walked into quite a few traps?
We have. You can't see it, but we'll be going to the door.
Yeah. I'm gonna go. I'll climb in there because I gotta do everything. Here I go, and he climbs into there, and you hear something. The nitpicker does not climb back out.
Oh fuck! The nitpicker, damn it, dude.
Oh, poor guy.
I'm gonna go over and peer in and just see what happened to the poor nitpicker.
You see that the nitpicker is laying on his stomach as he had crawled in, sort of prone style, his hands in front of him. He crawled in about halfway. Looks like a big blade sliced.
Oh, may he rest in peace. All right, you know what?
He did turn back into porcelain afterwards, so it's not a gory mess, but it looks like he did take... You probably destroyed the nitpicker, I'm going to be honest.
Nitpicker's dead. I'm going to come out, and I'm going to go, you remember how that false door was just a trap to kill us? Well,
Yeah.
I think it's the same thing with that false door. The nitpicker is no more, and that's all I'm going to say about it.
Oh man, the nitpicker.
Nitpicker's dead.
Everybody can mourn in their own way.
All right.
Yeah,
Anyways, Horace.
Well, should we go in this door? Or Zin, you're gonna try
Zin,
again
you're gonna
up
try
there?
I'm
Oh,
gonna
use
try.
a magic
Yeah.
hand or a mage hand?
Mage hand, yeah. I'm going to try mage hand.
Nitpicker
All right.
died in vain.
Your mage hand floats
You-
down.
You will
As
not
it
have
gets
been mortally wounded in vain.
As it floats past the nitpicker's dead body, you see what looks like a large sort of cleaver-like blade swing by, but it just sort of goes through the mage hand. And you grab the lever and turn it. And when that happens, the door opens.
Hey guys, I opened the door.
What? All right.
The
Armed comes
nitpicker
over.
died. It was all Armed's fault.
Damn it,
Oh.
dude. That was so good. But I do feel a little bad for the nitpicker. But yeah. Zin,
Not
what are
bad
your...
enough to go get his body, I see.
I mean...
Oh, I'll collect it with the mage hand on the way out.
All right. It just crumbles. It's just pieces of the
It's just
nitpicker.
pieces.
Oh,
of him.
no.
I'll try to bring one back for our med,
Can you, like...
so we can bury it.
Can your mage hand sweep his body out of there? Like dust? Like, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you know
can,
what?
Miles.
I'll try that, yeah.
All right. Because
You-
I might try to glue the nitpicker back together.
Oh, fuck. Actually, you sweep it, and like as you're looking, Armet, are you looking in there, or is it just sitting
Yeah,
there?
yeah. I'm looking in.
Okay, as you're looking in, as it's sweeping it, when the nitpicker's head gets towards that swinging fucking cleaver, it swings by and just smashes it.
You know, it was worth a shot. I think he's gone. I
don't
think
think
he's
he's
coming
coming
back.
back.
You do sweep his bottom half towards you.
Okay. There, you
got,
can
like,
bury
his-
something if you want.
His like legs.
You know, I don't know. All right, I'll keep the nitpicker's legs in my inventory.
I'll have to go in there and say item is destroyed.
Oh no, dude.
All right.
What do you
Walking
see down
forward,
there?
you see what looks like a massive pit.
Hmm.
I'm gonna investigate for traps before I cross this line.
All right.
Would you like me to help you?
Yes.
All right.
33.
33. Examining around, you do not see what looks like a trap. However, you see what looks like the slightest bit of sand blowing over on the right side wall.
Oh, like there's another false wall or something?
Correct.
Okay, I'm gonna try to open the door.
Ahmed calls to the rest of the gang. He says, "We found a way. Maybe you should all come here." And Jeeves,
Yeah.
Jeeves comes.
Pushing on it, it does not seem like it is pushable,
Not
like the
pushable.
previous false wall.
Horace, hit it with the hammer.
All right, here it's hammer time. A horse comes up, clanks up, and swings the old war hammer.
All right, crack. The
A
warhammer
24.
smashes easily this hallway. Dude. There is more outcrops in either side. These do
Oh.
not have skeletons in them like the previous hallway. These have what looks like statues. These kind of scary looking statues. They look to be robed figures with skeletal faces and this sort of shaw over the top of their head. As they're standing stoically down this hallway.
Hey, Zin will take a step out, see what they do.
They do nothing.
Okay. Should be clear, guys.
All right.
And can we see to the bottom of this pit?
You cannot. It is beyond the light that you exude from yourself.
All right. Well, we'll leave that well enough alone, huh, gentlemen?
I take the nitpicker's legs, which are porcelain, and toss it down the pit.
All right, you.
And I listen
throw
for
'em.
how long it takes to hear the smash.
They fall further and further, further and further, and then crash. You can assume that it's somewhere between 50 to 80 feet.
Okay.
All right. And it's not like that space that we discovered at the very beginning of this dungeon, right? Where at a certain point there's nothing.
Yes, this
So-
is not. This appears to lead to somewhere.
Okay. Great Value Ahmed comes up and he goes, "That's probably where I slid down to. There's nothing there but dead dwarves and rats." And Jeeves continues, "I guess we all go in here."
I make the sign of the Y for the dead dwarves, and I continue.
Hashtag. Heading down this hallway, the statues stand there motionless. They do not seem to react.
All right. Our med walks forward and inspects the. He goes, Jeeves, come along.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Help me look at this door. We're gonna see. You check for the traps, and I'll inspect for whether or not it's locked, etc.
All right.
So one for the investigation, and the other for, I guess that would also be investigation.
You're checking for traps, and
Yeah, so the
he
first-
is looking for.
See if it's locked.
All right.
Checking, or looking at the door, seeing does it have markings on it, or is it plain, or anything like that.
As you examine this door, you sort of check up and down it. You see something etched in this stonework of this door, sort of mixed in with the intricate runes of it, appears to be some sort of glyph, some sort of arcane glyph. We're unsure as to what it does, but you do know that it is more than likely triggered should the door be opened or attempted to be opened.
Right. Fellas, I relay that to the party. I say, something's going to happen when this door is opened, but I don't know what.
Well, open it. I'll wait out here.
No, El Chad, what if it wisps us away to another dimension and you're left all alone? You should come in here with us.
El Chad's gonna stand like halfway out of the door,
All right.
or like prepared to just jump if shit goes down.
All right. He says, Great value, Ahmed. I want you to take your
Yes?
finger and rub
Mhm.
that glyph away.
Now, Master, I'm not one to question what you say, but are you sure? I mean, we know that it could possibly be a trap.
That's true. But we are here exploring.
What will you do without me if something were to happen? I thought about that while I was in that horrible, horrible place.
Oh, don't you worry. If something were to happen to you, I would merely resurrect you with another simulacrum spell.
Ah, yes.
You'd be good
And if
as
something
new.
were to happen to you, I would spend my days wishing to revive you back to life
Exactly.
in any means necessary.
Yes.
Yes, I will go. As
Thank
he
you.
steps forward, he touches the glyph. And when he does, he disappears.
Oh
Who would have fucking guessed?
Oh,
Hold on, I'm going to reveal where he ends up. It is going to be here as he comes stumbling out of a swirling sort of portal.
Can you ping where? I don't see it.
Oh, yes.
Or
Is it shift ping?
Oh,
oh
I see
yeah,
it, I see it,
shift
I see
ping.
it,
There
I
it
see
is.
There it is. He appears in what looks like a room filled with corpses. Looks like what you could assume like hundreds of adventurers. He looks up, he sees a hole above him, but more terrifying than that, he sees what looks like spectral wraiths coming from the walls.
Oh man, I'm glad I didn't go first in that room, huh, guys?
As he sees these
Dead wraiths. Oh boy.
red wraiths.
Which I guess we don't even know that
Yeah,
he
no.
sees those.
Do
What
we
does
have
our
any
med
water
say?
in conch?
Oh, he's got the conch.
But does he have any water? I think we need water for him to communicate with us, right?
That is correct.
You guys don't have any water in your water skins?
Oh yeah, let's see. What do I got here? What do I got?
Oh, El Chad has his liquor.
Hold on.
Oh,
What does
There's some water in
Armed
that.
yell or say?
What does he say? Is he speaking
yeah,
to
what's
these wraiths?
No, just what is his general reaction?
He's like, oh, fuck. He says
that,
to the wraiths, actually, he looks at them and he goes, hey, I'll remind you, I am not alive, technically. I am merely a construct. I'm not an adventurer,
right.
and I'm not trying to rob this place. I promise.
they're going to move closer to him, sort of swirling around him.
Can you get back out the door?
I will say it is at this point, El Chad, you hear, oh, fuck, echoing from this hole.
Oh, I
And
wonder
it
if he's at
sounds
the
a
bottom
lot
of the
like
hole.
Armed.
Oh, he's down in the hole.
They swirl and swirl around Armed.
I'm
or
gonna
Great
yell,
Value Armed.
Jeeves.
Oh, Jeeves. They swirl around Jeeves. And then
I'm gonna
one
yell
of them
down
is
the
going
hole.
to reach out towards him. Does Great Value Armed move?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Great Value Ahmed. First off, what can we see? What can Great Value Ahmed see around here? Can he see that? What does this room look like?
It is literally just a bare room with skeletal corpses all around him, some dried skin still left on some of them.
Okay.
Behind him is what looks like a large sort of Egyptian style face with its mouth open and what looks like smoke billowing out from it, similar to the one in the Guardian of Riddles room.
Oh boy.
And obviously there are 3 dread wraiths around him. One of them is going to reach out at him.
That definitely hits.
Ooh.
For 20 necrotic, and then he will have to make a con save.
All right. All right. Well, let me just mark that down.
Did he convey to us that there are wraiths down there?
I
He
don't
did
believe
yell,
he
"Oh
has.
fuck!"
He just yelled, "Oh fuck!" So it can't be good.
We heard "oh fuck"
13.
down there.
All right. Great Value Armed, his hit die that he has, which is whatever your level is.
Sure.
What is that?
14.
14 is reduced by 2, so you only have 12 hit die left.
Oh no.
If
right.
it gets reduced to 0, you die instantly and become a Dread Wraith. However, I do not believe he will, because he is not a person, does not have a soul.
Okay. Okay, let's see. What is he going to do?
I will let you do his thing, and then I think we'll wrap it up.
Sure. Yeah, of course. Can he see El Chad's light up there? Up way up?
Yeah, I'll say when El Chad sort of steps towards the edge, he does see a light above him.
Okay. Mr. Ahmed. Oh, crud. Let's see. Mr. Ahmed. All right. Oh, crap. I guess he can't do it to himself. He can only do it to help somebody. How about... All right. I think we're going to have to wait till next
All
turn
right.
since it's 11. So we'll call
We
it
will
there.
wait until next time, as Great Value Ahmed Jeeves has been surrounded by these rays that are sapping the very life from him.
Oof.
Oh man.
As we continue, the Tomb of the Faceless One.
There we go.